Hello, good morning, everyone. You are watching exclusive interview series by SARIM. I am your host, Purkho Bheel, and today we have very well-known personality with us, Ms. Reeta Pariyar. Reeta Pariyar is a human rights activist. She has been advocating for Dalits and minorities in Nepal. She has been running online series to raise awareness of casteism and how it's possible to eliminate it. She is also emerging young political leader. So thank you very much, Rita ji, for your time and efforts.
Thank you, Purkho, for having me in your program. It's really a pleasure to be here.
Thank you. Thank you very much and welcome. Now I am moving to the questions. Uh, could you tell could you tell me about yourself, your present position, and other work that you have been involved in? Main challenges you have been faced.
Thank you. Thank you for the question. Purkho, sorry, I have got a cold and I hope
Yeah,
you can hear my voice clearly.
yeah.
My name is Reeta Pariyar. I belong to the so-called lower caste from the Nepal. My house, where I born, is very small town named called Gorkha. Um,
Mhm.
so now I'm into social activism. So I do the lot of campaign for eliminate caste and then the rights for a Dalit women's right for a Dalit child and along with that a lot of other minority communities in Nepal, so who are always away from the powers and government's sector. So I always raise the voice for a voiceless. So far about the challenging in Nepal,
Mhm.
well, you can imagine we live in a developing country where our government and our politics and our religion, everything based on the casteism issues, So,
Mhm.
um, and then we have to really fight to get there where we have to be. Like even we have no one's to raise our voice for ourselves. That's the reason that I got into politics from the activism. From the activism, we can knock the door, we can give them pressure, but we really cannot change them, So we have to be there in a policy making, and
Mhm.
then we can change the system for us. And that's the only way that is the politics. So that's the reason that I joined the politics recently, and there are a lot of challenges because I'm from the community where I am from. It's already problem for my nation, and
Mhm.
over that I'm a woman. So obviously for a woman there's another problems. I mean,
Mhm.
then then there's a lot of other women that more less privileged than me. So
Mhm.
I choose to this path because I think I can challenge them, and then I have that courage to face them. So that's the reason that I represented my community, so that I can be there someday and I can change the policy and then change the life of our people. Well, the challenges, there are many challenges. I can give it to point, but maybe we can discuss to the other level. But so far, there are a lot of challenges in Nepal.
Thank you. Thank you very much for sharing. My next question is you have been working to promote equality and to educate, empower, and dignify in diverse range. Kindly briefly tell us about your organization, how your organization is playing its role in resolving the major issues faced by minorities communities in Nepal.
Purkoji, I didn't have any organization like so. I mean, particularly name on that because I was doing the voluntary job, campaigning.
Mhm.
How I start was that I started with the charity work, then
Okay.
collecting money to help the girls to go to education, help the schools where the minorities people goes to that schools where the government are really ignoring that part of the schools and that part of the region.
Mhm.
So that's a very personal things that I did it with the people, and then I started uh, um, marching from east part of the Nepal to west part of Nepal, because
Mhm.
there's a written in a constitution that we they cannot do the any discrimination based on caste, based on race, based on gender, anything. But then why that is not changing in our behaviors? There's a many times the constitution they written in a constitution, but the people has not changing. So I wanted to know that what are the roadblocks, why we are not still changing it, even though we live in a 21st century, why people still believe this kind of the rituals that, or that the in the same humans we are different, because some caste can have all the access to everything, the other caste even cannot even walk the same path than where the so-called higher caste walk. So that's what I marched like 54 days with almost 3 months through the all over the Nepal. So what I found it was it just that they want to give this privilege from one generation to another generation. They don't want to give up that privilege easily, because by birth, for example, other castes, let's say the Reeta Sarma and Reeta Pariyar. If Reeta Sarma born and Reeta Pariyar born, Reeta Sarma is already above me by her surname. She does not have to do anything to prove to be one of the great person, one of the good human being. For me, I have to prove to be a human being, good human being for all my life. So where I can change my other qualities of my life. So I cannot in growth in my life. So that's the reason that I wanted to find this all the reason, but one of the reason is that the so-called higher caste don't want to give up their privilege, which they are taking from years and years. And other things are they are already in a position there where they can do this all kind of things in a politics, in a bureaucracy, police, armies, teachers, every sector their people are in their position. So that's the reason that we always behind. So for that we want to do so much that our people will be the all the sector of government, all the sector of army sector, bureaucracy, so then slowly that we can attack from different part of then maybe we can do something better. So that's the reason that we did a lot of campaigns. So now I have my own small um, uh, organization. So through that what I do is that I help the young girls, marginalized Dalit young girls, and to them I help them like after GCSE level, SLC level, I don't know what is called in Pakistan, but after school, after 10th class, lot of women give up the education by that. Because in Nepal वो बोलते हैं ना कि लड़की को क्यों इतना खर्च करना, वो तो जाएगी दूसरे के घर में. So that's the reason that they don't invest money on their children. I mean, mostly the girls. So I help them to girls for the 2 years, and then till teach them the life skills, because our education really don't teach how to live life. So then on the basis of that life skills, they can continue further their study. And then the women, I do them who is married, they got married and then they have to depend on the husband. So then there's a lot of domestic violence happens, a lot of pressure from men. So I help the women for a small business, whatever they can do, they make a pickle, so stitch the clothes, and anything they can do, farming, anything they can do from their house. So I help them financially independent. So one thing what I found, to be aware and empower the women any part of the world, is a financially independence is the more powerful thing. So I'm working on that right now. Thank you.
Great. You are doing very great job and doing very great efforts. So congratulations and best wishes for future.
Thank you. Thank you.
Welcome. Now I'm moving to our next question. My next question is: a significant percentage of the population has been oppressed, marginalized, and oppressed because of the assigned caste under the Hindu hierarchy system. And caste discrimination is still common in the Nepali society. So, what do you think about this?
Yes, I already mentioned about that too, because our constitution, our religion, our education, everything based on the caste system, and that is the one of the disease we have in our culture, we have in our society and nation. People knows that is the danger disease, that will destroy even the so-called higher caste one day if they don't want to solve that problem. They don't want to help us to solve this problem. What I'm trying to say is that, like, everybody knows that is the man-made a problem. Everybody knows that that is wrong. But as I already mentioned to you, Purkho, because they don't want to give up their privilege, which they got it by birth. Even the one like a bad person, like a thief, one of the cunning, whatever person, fraud person, can be the higher than the Reeta Pariyar or any ABC, So that is the reason that they don't want to give up their privilege. That's why we want to empower our people so they can reach there. And the problem is whoever make a policy, whoever take an exam like a Lok Sewa, and like other lot of stuff, their people are there, and they always bring their own people. Like a Brahman takes their Brahmins, and Chetri, they takes their own people. So we always behind that. So we have to work very hard for that, but we need their support as well, because in the same society you cannot be happy if other persons are crying and you have a like a delicious food in your table, because it's like a bad air someday that can get into your house. I mean, how long you can be safe with that bad disease? End of the day, you have to accept it, because that is wrong. And then this casteism discrimination has impact our national GDP growth, actually, because there's a one research I have read, because because of the casteism issues, the India and Nepal, that there's a GDP has impact with that, because there's a lot of skills people we have. Dalit stitches the clothes, Dalit makes temple, Dalit make ornaments, Dalit make shoes, everything. All the economic fundamentals are the based on the Dalit. But this cunning Brahmins, and what they did was that, the skilled peoples, they made them the achut, they made them the lower caste, they made them Dalit. So they always doubt their own skills, so they cannot grow up. They cannot say, okay, we are the same as well, as equal as even though my own family, my mother does not have that confidence as me. How this system has suppressed my mother brain, suppressed many other others mothers brain. So they still scared that, oh, please don't talk, go to the house society, please do not talk, because they will might kill you, they will might harm you. So that much fear they put them in our society people, and there's a few people has a courage to come out. So obviously that's obvious things, because our system it's based on a caste discrimination.
Thank you. My next question is a conversation on Dalit issues in Nepali media organized by Jagran Media Center in August 2022 highlights that Dalit issues does not get proper space in Nepali media. Why is this so, and how much representation does the marginalized caste groups receive in the mainstream media?
Okay, thank you for the question. It's very, very valid question. Purkho, as I mentioned in one to question, is like, it's the same thing in a media. The caste, the higher caste people in the media, so they don't really care about what is happening in the marginalized people, Dalit peoples, So, but right now things have changed, and a lot of our people are in the mainstream media, but not that position high, but they are reporters, they are writers. And a lot of people raise the voice, a lot of people write the article. I write the articles too, because there was a time that people cannot write and read, because we have got the education facility very late time of the world, हमने तो अभी से शुरू किया है, कल परसों, we can say that, because they have already reached that level of all the sector of the government, media, bureaucracy everywhere. But we got a chance, in Nepal constitution they had like totally restricted to go to the get an education for a Dalit, for a long time. So I know there was a lot of discrimination. Our ancestors has to go through that lot of problems, and still people try to dismiss our problems. But now they cannot do anymore. We are already aware of that. So now there are people there to they give a space for our problems, and we can write about our problems, and then people are from every area of part of the Nepal, even the Dalits, women Dalits, and they are like some of not as we need it, but still there are many people are raising the voice through their words, campaign, and hopefully coming days that we will capture those space as well. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. My next question is related to the same question. It's about politician because you are also newly joined politics. So the representations of Dalits in the national political framework is very low. In the last election, only one Dalit was elected to the House of the Representative, whereas the Dalit make up 30% of the total population. How do you see this, and what suggestion do you have to strengthen Dalit representation in the government?
Well, I have a lot to say about this. As I experienced myself before, earlier days, I only read in a newspaper, in a people bhasan and all that. So now I experience myself. On and again, what I like to say that our constitution, our government, our everything based in a caste, they give little space in politics as well, but that is been really it has been really worst this year because of the coalition of the different parties. From since the local government to till the central government, the election the coalition between the political parties, then again the our space is gone, like there's not much representative now. And even the biggest party, Nepali Congress, which I belong to, then they didn't give even one seat for a Dalit directly to run for an election. There are other few parties, MLA and Maoist has given some of the space for a direct elected position, and which is very same for us, and then same for them, because I still think that when they're gonna get this knowledge and wisdom that that if they don't give space for Dalit again and again, the changes will come as a tsunami. And the people, when you don't give a space for a people, don't valitize, don't recognize people existence, then people go to take another way. And another thing is what happened was, whoever in a position of our Dalit leaders, they are quiet, they are keep quiet. Because why they keep quiet? Because they are scared of losing their position. And others, some peoples are not making the voice because they are scared of having another position in another year. You see, so the people who can raise the voice in a position, they're not rising the voice in a position because of they losing their seat, whatever they have a benefit out of that position, So problem is that, and constitution, is there, but the party has been being really orthodox about this casteism issues, and they are really ignoring the Dalit community in this time, and I have a really problem with that. I raise the voice against, and people think that, okay, I'm not gonna get a space in a politics because I talk through so many about the politics. I really don't need that position if they keep oppressing my people, and then I have no right to speak. I have a right to speak, so I will speak about it. And as I already told you, if political parties don't recognize Dalit community and don't give a space for a Dalit community, and that the situation will be coming in the coming days will be scary. They have to recognize, they have to give a space. And if you don't give a space in the government, then they will take other way. But I have a kindly humble request to them that they have to participate in the Dalit candidate. They have to not give them the only proportional representative. They have to give a direct elected too, because we are ready for that now. We need that direct elected position as well. So that's these are my voices. Thank you.
Thank you. Great. uh, it's about your life and all strength. What do you consider to be your most significant achievements throughout your work? And would you like to share your most proud moment at work?
Oh, that's a really hard question, because what I wanted to be 5 years ago, now I became something else, because we every day we evolve ourselves, every day we learn something new, and that change our horizon, that change our direction, that change our thinking. But what I like to is that my first love is activism, which I started since I got a sense, many, like I started that activism is I remember that, in we have like a small like a public tap, I don't know what you call, null, aap log bolte ho, null. So we have to go to get a water from there. So then somebody higher caste said that, okay, you cannot touch us. And since then I started withdraw that, why I'm different than you, मैं आपसे क्या different, so that is the voice rise. I always rise from different part of my life and different wherever I go to London, I go to America, wherever I go, I do that awareness and then the activism things. But then I thought that I can change through some people life, and then I need to change the whole mass. I want to change the whole my community, and that is only based through the politics. That's the reason I joined the politics, and I wanted to be that position where I can change the policy. But and then at the same time, it's a very tough road which I took. There's a lot of hurdles for me to get there, because I'm a woman, I'm from the lower caste background, my families are not politics, I'm not a very rich person, so all this matter that will be blocked on my way. I will try my best, but all I want to be in my life, that when somebody take my name, so some will wish that, okay, if daughter is like Reeta, when somebody call that ladki ho to Reeta jaisi ho, itna mere liye enough hai. That will be more than enough, that Reeta will change some other people life too, whatever she can do, So, and then my one thing is always I say to the people, excuse me, I always say to the people that financially independence for a Dalit is more important. And for on that, Dalit women is for more important. Because why? Because we are, Dalit women are like, we are not into the women sector, and we are not into the totally Dalit sector. Women put them in a Dalit sector, the Dalit men put them in a corner for us. So they are always, Dalit women are the last page of the piles, so everybody praised her, and then there's above another things. So that's what all I want is that they become a financially independent in their life, and then whatever they can make a decision, even the small one, and that liberty gives them to live the life the way they want. Thank you.
My next question is, in what way do you think the different community-based organization as well as regional and international organization can play a positive role in the social development of the Dalit and other minority communities?
Oh, big time they can play. Sometimes, sometimes it's a human nature, or I don't know, something like they don't recognize the local people. हमारा एक कहावत है कि जैसे नजदीक का तीर्थ हेला, so they don't recognize the people, caliber people where they next to you. They can recognize from other part of the world. So people like us, like you, like me, from Pakistan, we can connected to the India, Bangladesh, whatever.
Yeah.
I mean, Europe, America, like the people like-minded like us, we
Yeah.
can raise the voice in a combinedly,
Mm-hmm.
give pressure to the UN, give pressure to the international organization. This
Mm-hmm.
is where the wrong is happening. So where is the human rights?
Mm-hmm.
Only the developed country can exercise the human rights, or the human rights for us too, where we live, you know. So we can do this, combine the voice, with us, and we can raise our problem, and then day by day, and then we can arrange some seminars and maybe the conference, and then we can always do different part of, sometime the your country, sometime my country, sometime every part of
Yeah.
the places that where the problem is, and
Mm-hmm.
that's really impact, you see. So there is a lot of people don't really care about what is happening, they're near to them, or they're here and there, because there's a
Yeah.
very few people are conscious people who
Mm-hmm.
thinks that, okay, that is the wrong is happening. Okay, if
Mm-hmm.
something happened to Pakistan, it hurts me,
Mm-hmm.
you know. Something happened to even Europe, it hurts me, because I'm a human. I take a humans above the nation, above the caste, above the religion, everything. First we are human, so it
Yeah.
has to hurt if something happened to one to each other. If that way,
Mm-hmm.
if we get along all together and combine together, your problem is my problem is your problem, obviously we can impact uh, the problems, and then we can solve the problem. I know it takes time, nothing happens over the night, and then those problem is there from long time, and
Mm-hmm.
so it takes time, but I believe and I'm very optimistic about it. So one day things will be better. Yes, I hope.
You. Yeah. My second last question is, what recommendations you would suggest for bringing peace and ensuring the safety of minorities in South Asia region?
Peace, that's the nice word, huh? But where is a pain, there's a voice, you know. जहाँ पे दर्द होता है वहां पे तो आवाज निकलता है, तो आवाज तो
बिल्कुल।
कभी पीस नहीं होता। फिर भी विल ट्राई,
हम्म।
क्योंकि it's a very well, what we're doing right now, what Sarim
हम्म।
is doing right now is a peaceful moment. That's called peaceful moment, you know.
Yeah.
And we are trying from different part of the South Asia, like this
हम्म।
kind of the peace moment, you know. But हम
Yeah.
कितने तक कर सकेंगे ये peace moment, and if things are not changing around us, है ना,
हम्म।
तो हम तो कर रहे हैं, तो फिर जो सुनने वाला है, if they
Yeah.
don't listen for long term, and
हम्म।
the peace का तो like the opposite, it'll be the another
Yeah.
विद्रोह हो जाएगा, you know. So
Yeah.
the peace is like that, we trying the way you trying, the way we trying, we keep trying for that, and
हम्म।
let's see how long we can go.
हम्म।
We try our best, and then you're doing best from your part, and I'm very glad and thankful to your programs. You are doing from your side, I'm doing from my side, I'm sure another my our friend doing from different that part of the side too. And then we don't want anything, we simply want our right, and
Yeah.
that is our birthright, you know. It's not
Yeah.
somebody has to give from their table to khana to us. That's
Yeah.
the plate,
Yeah.
we deserve that plate, you know. So
Mhm.
that if we get it that peacefully, we peace, we love people, we don't have a problem, you see. We minorities people, Dalit people, we still so kind, we talk to those higher caste people as respectfully, you
Mhm.
know. And
Yeah.
you know, we treat them as very nice. But
Mm.
when we raise the voice, they think, oh, ये तो like they this just like बड़ा हो गया, you know, they're doing
Yeah.
something, they're asking so much. It's not like we're asking from their table,
Mhm.
their house property. We're asking
Mhm.
our birthright, the right that the nation gives to the one citizen, every
Mhm.
citizen. We need that rights as equal as. That's why our fight is all over that. So till we get this, it's peacefully will be better. And I hope they will not provoke us to become something else more than peace. And that's my the wish. Thank you.
My last question is, how can SARM collaborate with your organization to help the persecuted minorities within South Asia?
Oh yeah, fantastic. That's what I want you ask me. So at least once, sir. Um,
Yeah.
what you're doing now is a national level of things. Like, I mean, of course, you approach to the South Asian activist from different part. But what we can do that,
Yeah.
let's arrange someday
Yeah.
big conference with the big agenda, with the strong agenda.
Mhm.
We can do the international level of conference with the different issues. Like you have issues, once we can do the
Mhm.
Pakistan issues, one time we
Mhm.
can do the Nepal issues, another Bangladesh or etc. So I think Purkhoji, I have talked to you in a last conversation that I really want to do something as you know the big one.
Mhm.
So we let's try to do something that and then with my own first organization, uh,
Okay.
we can really maybe do the your activist and our activist, like research about the things, and then make a proposal, and maybe we can do individually
Mhm.
some event or something as a local, I mean locally, as your organization and my organization. But
Mhm.
what I want is that yours and mine organization, we want to do the bigger one, like as
Okay.
a like a South Asian
Yeah.
region one, that we all uh, to the conference, like let's do
Mm.
something new year,
Okay.
coming years.
Mhm.
So see the time and we'll talk, but we have to do the one big hit event. That's what
Sure,
I
sure.
think.
Yeah. Okay, ji. Finally, thank you very much, Rita ji, for your time and efforts. You are not feeling well, but you do very fantastic conversation with you. So hope we will connect it in future and we will do something new together with Sarim and with Reeta Pariyar ji. So once again, thank you. Thank you very much. बहुत बहुत धन्यवाद.
Thank sir. Thank you so much, Purkoji, and thank you so much to Sarim. You guys are giving space activists like us, and I'm very thankful for my words that you let me to spread the world. And inshallah, someday we'll work together. And thank
Sure,
you.
sure.
Sukriya. Sukriya.
बहुत बहुत
Thank you.
धन्यवाद.